Hello and welcome back to Life by Design. Karyn Kolinovich here of Healing in Bloom. And today I want to share with you an easy way to tap into your intuition in your everyday life. So sometimes people wonder, what is my most natural way to sense intuitive information? And one way to know is to look at what you already notice in life as it is. So if you tend to be a visual person that loves to really look at the details and things and is moved by things that you see, then it's most likely a very easy way for you to tap in intuitively. So sometimes people see things in the 3D that will give them intuitive information based on how they make them feel. They may receive even intuitive information that is unseen, but they may receive it in a visual way. So it could be when they're daydreaming and they have a certain vision. It may be a certain vision just appears in front of them. So that would be kind of the more clairvoyant person. And another sense is sense of sound. If people tend to be more likely to pick up on sounds or to be moved by sounds, whether it's music, the sound of someone's voice, that's another way that you can tap into intuitive information. So that would be more clairaudience. And, another way to look at it too is when you speak about things, pay attention to the kinds of descriptions that you use. So if you tend to say something and ask, do you see what I mean? That's probably, you're probably someone who is more inclined to be visual. Or do you hear what I'm saying? That's more clairaudient, more tapped into the audio element. And then the last one that I want to share with you is when looking at clairsentience, which is how you feel. And that would be people who are stereotypically empathic. They feel a lot of emotion from the people around them. They feel their own emotions quite acutely. And they're just very aware of how things even tactily feel, where, you might enjoy textures or materials, things like that you're actually physically touching. And, as far as words you might use to describe, it would be, do you feel that way? Or do you feel what I'm telling you? Do you get it? So those are some examples, just simple ones to let you know what way is most natural to you. And you may find that you have elements of all three of those, and that's great. As far as intuitive information coming to you auditorily, you might hear a song that will make you think of a certain thing or might answer a question that you might have. There might be a conversation that you overhear when you're at a coffee shop, and that might point you in the right direction or give you a piece of information or kind of tip you off to a sort of mood that you're in. There's a lot of different ways that you can interpret the intuitive information that you get, but I just want you to start tapping into or just being aware of what you experience, how you experience your everyday life naturally. When we look at the feelings and being very highly empathic, ways that you can start noticing that is how do you feel when you think of something specific? How do certain textures or certain feelings in the body point you in directions that you may not have looked at before? So when you start to become aware of these elements of your intuitive side or your intuitive nature, then it becomes more fun. It becomes easier to know what to kind of pay attention to. And of course, always use your own best judgment. However, these I have found to be very useful in the work that I do with highly sensitive and empathic kids, as well as adults. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I look forward to connecting with you again next week.